Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Paloma Autur. I am an illustrator, and in these videos I am following this course, The Artist's Way, written by Julia Cameron. I am doing the activities each week and I'm telling you all about it. Last week was week 5 and this week I'm in week 6. So I'm going to do 2 weeks in one video because last week I had to miss our weekly appointment, our weekly meeting over YouTube, because my poor husband got COVID. I had to look after him and I was working around the clock and I had so many things to do. I had to not do a YouTube video, so I'm sorry guys, but I'm back and yeah, I'm happy to see you again. I hope you've done all right and I hope you've had a good week. So week 5 is about rediscovering a sense of possibility, and I think what Julia is trying to tell us is that you have to believe that good things might happen to you and that the universe is really listening and that your dreams are important and possibly you can get things that you want. However, there is a sentence in the book that quite struck me, and it was that sometimes you shake the apple tree and you get oranges from the universe, which made me think, yeah, that's more or less what it is. Sometimes what we want is not what we get, but what we get is what we need. I don't know, something like that. So I was thinking on those terms and I quite like the idea. Then I found out last week that the poster I told you about, the one that is being sold in the States, is being considered to be turned into a book. So I'm very happy about that. And I am really excited that this is going to happen. Of course, I have kept on doing my morning pages. Sometimes it's obviously difficult because you have to work around some obstacles, as you can see in this next video. Now, one cat on my lap and one cat on my desk. That's how we roll here, don't we? That is how we roll. That is how we like it. Yes, Platty? Life? Are you connecting to the mothership? Downloading the cuteness report? Yes, you are. Oh. Hello, I'm talking about you. You're cute. And yeah, I have been doing my artist date. For my artist date, I just had like a spa retreat at home. And I made sure that I had like a very relaxing evening because I was very tired. I was doing a lot of work last week. This week we are on week 6, and week 6 is about rediscovering a sense of abundance. So we're talking about money and we're talking about our finances and how much we have and what our ideas around money are. And well, first of all, the ideas surrounding money and art are sometimes a little bit skewed because the traditional thought is that artists don't necessarily make a lot of money, that artists are going to be skinned all the time. And Julia is telling us that we need to push against that and we need to challenge the idea and also push against what you think a luxury is and what constitutes a luxury for you. I have just paid my taxes for the first time in my life as an artist, and I was quite happy to do that. But then when the assessment came back, they told me that because I have spent quite a lot of money back into my business and I had bought equipment, I have bought really expensive materials, that was going to be a big discount on my taxes. So I think there's a lesson there for me. Well, the teachings I'm getting out of this is that starting as an illustrator or as an artist or even as a business person, invest as much as you can in the first few years of your business back into your business to grow it. And don't be stingy with yourself at all. So make sure that you have really good materials, really good resources, that you have all the equipment that you need, all the software, all the hardware that you need. You're worth it and so is your art, but also that actually makes sense. from the point of view of taxes and finances, I think that is the best way to go forward. Yeah, living in abundance and believing that within limits, obviously, that there's quite a lot out there. I think that is very true, and I think that is also a very reasonable thing to think. This week I have been using affirmations in my morning pages, and the way affirmations work is that instead of saying I want this to happen, you just pretend, or not pretend, but you just kind of time travel and you position yourself in that moment where that thing is already a reality and it's already happened, and you just affirm that that is a reality in some part of the future. It's weird, but that is how I am kind of thinking about affirmations, and I'm talking about what I would like to see my career being, not only about where I want to be, but also how I want to feel about my work and the sort of projects I want to be doing and the way I want to impact people and children with my work. I am kind of putting quite a lot of energy there in my morning pages, and I hope that I'm knocking at some doors, and maybe I'm knocking at a door but a window will open, so you never know. This week, talking about all the courses I'm doing, one of the courses that I'm doing is my year of art school with Make Art That Sells, and I have been finishing Redrawing Black History with Tamisha Anthony and Lila Rogers. Absolutely lovely ladies, and the course has been a joy. I have created 4 pieces for my portfolio about different women from 4 different periods of Black history in America. I'm gonna show you the process of how I did those portraits, and I hope you enjoy that, you enjoy the time lapse, and I'll see you in a minute. So this portrait is depicting Elizabeth Catlett and her husband Francisco Mora, and I had this hunch that although Elizabeth Catlett was an artist who had a very strong social body of work, her work is really, really beautiful, and I would have really liked to make a portrait about her in her studio creating her pieces, but when I was doing research about her, I came across her website, and in her website there is this article written by her granddaughter. It's in a section called Pancho and Betty, which is really cute because Pancho is a diminutive of Francisco and is a very traditional Mexican name. So when I read the article, I decided that I wanted to do a portrait of Pancho and Betty together, because that article was just not only talking about how they were amazing role models for this person who was writing the article, but also how much they had influenced each other's work. Pancho was saying that Betty had helped him see drawing not only as a medium, but as something that you have to take very seriously and as almost the structure behind every piece of artwork. And I do agree with that. I really, really like drawing. Then when I looked at Betty's work, I could see this immense Mexican influence. And when I did a bit more digging and research, I found out that Pancho had actually taught Betty how to do engravement, which is one of the mediums where she blossomed. So I realized that it's very difficult to find a relationship this strong in art history, and I wanted to create something to honor that love between them. This is a lady who was completely and absolutely full of love. She lived a really, really long life. She nearly makes it to 100. I think that I wanted to capture that. I think there was a lot of love and freedom about her relationship and her work in general. So I went with colors that I don't normally use, and I have tried to push myself doing something more decorative. And I have used a controlled color palette mainly with pinks, oranges, reds, and some warm greens. So I hope you guys like this portrait. And also when I make portraits, because I also make portraits as commissions for different clients, I really like doing things that I think the person would have loved, and I really want to depict them in the way that I think they are more truly themselves. And I think Betty overall was a really caring person. You can tell by the type of work she did and how much she wanted to empower women, especially Black African American women. And also my baby sister helped me with this. She was on my video call with me and we did part of this together, and it was really cool. I love you, Almo. Platty and I were editing the video. Platty's helping me to edit the video, and I just realized in this video I look super sad. I'm not sad, guys, I'm just tired. Because Platty's helped me a lot. She's very helpful. She's a really good daughter, and I can count on her to come and cheer me up. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Platty. What? Are you helping me? Are you helping mommy? Oh, that's very nice. Thank you, Platty. Oh, thank you, Platty. Thank you. Oh my goodness, thank you. You're so helpful. You're so helpful, Splatty. You're so helpful. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So many kisses. She's like a little bag of kisses. The next video is about Beth Desars. She is also an artist, an African American artist, and she was very active in the 1960s. I have been researching Beth Desars a lot as well. I looked into her work and I realized that she was into occultism and she was into mysticism, and she did even a couple of works about the tarot and palmistry, and I'm into tarot big time. I love tarot and I have been reading tarot since I am a teenager. So when I looked at her personality, what I could see about her personality and her work, I realized that she gave me this kind of Queen of Cups energy, and I decided to make a tarot card. Also, in the courses I'm doing, my teacher, Lila Rogers, suggested that I could do tarot cards, and I am following her advice, so it's one of the projects that I've always wanted to do. So I am drawing a tarot card here. And this tarot card is the Queen of Cups. I'll explain more about the tarot in a minute, but first I'll talk to you about Beth Desars. So she was kind of collage artist. She made these pieces that were half painting, half a sculpture. And what she did was repurpose lots of images that were, some of them quite racist in nature, but by looking into these sculptures, these little pieces that she found around and collected, and putting them into a different setting, she transformed them into powerful symbols against racism. So that is what the cards related to water are about. They are about transformation, and they are about things that don't stand still. This card is the water, the throne of water, is about water. Cups are to do with water, with emotions, with things that are mutable, things that can change, things that can transform. And it's also about air. So this card is connected with two horoscopes, two astrological signs. The card is connected with Cancer and with Gemini. Gemini is the twin, the mutable twin. And Cancer is about water and looking inside and being very introspective. So I thought that would fit very well the character of her work and also the character of this artist. I have designed a dress where I have done an array of different patterns, all related to water, and also they are inspired in African prints. And I wanted that to be one of the features because during the 1960s is when African American women started realizing that they don't have to straighten their hair, they don't have to pretend to be what they're not. They embraced their culture, they embraced their roots and their heritage, African heritage, and they started wearing prints, that were more in line with that. They started wearing their hair in a more natural way. So the crown of this queen, I decided that would be her own hair, because she has this beautiful, amazing afro in this picture, and I decided to depict it the best I could. So I started with a dark base, and then on top of that I used lighter colors to give that texture of hair. I also worked with the symbolisms of the tarot and how they connect to the Kabbalah. So this card connects with He. He is the mother in the Kabbalah, is to do with the softer part of the Kabbalah tree, and is to do with that nurturing energy. So the Queen of Cups nurtures things that might be broken. She looks into their soul and she analyzes them. She brings other aspects of things, and this card represents people who are very nurturing, who are transformative, who can get stuck into big artistic projects. And I think that was spot on for Beth Desars. I also wanted to include different types of textures, so I worked with the texture of the hair, the texture of the sea, the texture of the shell, because I included a bit of abalone shell on her throne. The original tarot card from the Reader Tarot, which is my favorite reader, my favorite tarot deck, depicts angels in the throne, but I decided to use the abalone shell, because abalone is that type of rock that you will use to recharge other rocks, and it's also the shell where you burn cleansing herbs when you are doing cleanings in your environment. So I decided that that would be very much in line with the transformative nature of these cards. I mean, I love tarot and I can talk about tarot forever. I don't know as much as I would like, but yeah, I'm still learning. So in here I'm giving the finishing touches to the cards, and I'm working on the background, I'm working on the textures, and I'm trying to make everything integrated. I'm also quite happy with how it came up, so I hope you like it. And I'll see you in a minute. Then this week 6, I have also continued going to the choir. I go to the choir with my friend Jenny, and we have a lot of fun. It's a great laugh. It's really good fun to sing there. I love singing. But last week we had also a meeting where we were looking at different aspects of organization of the choir, and I decided to offer my skills as an illustrator to them. And I talked to one of them about maybe doing some flyers or illustrations for posters and for the website and things like that. And one of the ladies that is in the committee used to work in publishing, and she knows quite a lot of she knows a lot about design and graphic design. And she said, if you want to have a go at designing a logo, go for it, and we will definitely love to have you helping us doing flyers and posters. So I'm gonna create a poster for our upcoming concert, and I have also designed a logo for them. And this logo, I have created it in Illustrator. I took a course a few months ago, a domestic course about how to create images with Illustrator. I will link the course down below because it's fantastic, and the guy who teaches the course is really clear, really calming. I love him. And I had a go at creating that logo. I made the logo. I was quite happy with how it came up and how it came out, and I did loads of work for it, but I enjoyed every minute. So maybe that's something that I want to explore more, but I don't know. It's really, really cool creating logos. I like that as well. Apart from that, I have been preparing for a new course, and this course is about creating characters. So it's called Character Bootcamp, and it's taught by Riley Wilkinson and Zoe Tucker. And Riley works in developing toys and is one of the agents at the Little Roger Studio, and Zoe is working for Scholastic and different other publishing companies, and she is an artistic director for picture books. So let me show you what I've been doing. I decided that I wanted to learn how to make little sculptures with felt, and I have been creating little cakes. And you can see this cake here. You can see my cake. I'm doing this like I am an influencer or something like that, like a makeup influencer. But look at this little cake I have created. It has a raspberry on top, a little bit of, and that's the feeling of the cake. Look at the cake, it's so cute. What a cute cake. And I've also made a little muffin. And this is a little muffin. What a little muffin. Hello. I'm a little muffin. Hello. And it has like rosy cheeks and eyes, and yeah, I really enjoy making these things. So I'm gonna make more of these. And I tried to make a donut, but it didn't come out really well. Ooh. Now I fell down. I need to pick it up because otherwise it's gonna turn into a cat toy in no time. And also I have to keep them away from every surface and my clothes because I'm covering cat hair all the time. So I'm looking forward to this course, and I will share more about how it goes and the stuff I'm doing on it. I had a good week. I hope you also had a very good week. Sorry I missed last week. I hope you like my new hair. I didn't mention it, but I got new hair. I got a haircut, and I have purple hair now, which also matches the school uniform of the school where I work in, which is very convenient. The kids really like my hair now. They're saying, "Oh, Miss, your hair is so nice. Where did you get your hair done?" So I'm a cool teacher again. Not really. I'll never be cool. You can only try. I took Dave for his vaccinations today. I woke him up. He was sleeping on my bed. I woke him up, and before he knew what was happening, he was in the bed table. Oh my god, it was so sad. Poor baby. Anyway, I'll see you next week, guys. I hope you have a lovely week. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the love and all the comments that you leave me and the likes, and I really appreciate it. We are a really small but mighty group, and thank you so much for being here, and I see you next week for week 7. Magic number. Bye, guys.